do a live stream here, guys.
Okay.
That friggin' storm in the Nashville radar site just
Boom.
jumped up a bunch, so. Shit. Oh, why is it not showing me live?
It keeps going higher. Surprise! Merry Christmas, SpongeBob. I feel like I'm mapping storms in the freaking southern hemisphere today.
Why?
My storms are like upside down.
Oh yeah, well, the storms are.
All the storms I'm mapping are like upside down. Oh my god. And there goes the marker again. Oh goody.
Okay, I'm actually live streaming now. Okay, hey everybody. It's Meteorologist John Choquette. I haven't been on here in a couple hours, but we have a couple interesting developments. I'm going to start off in the Nashville area where, yeah, lo and behold, a storm kind of formed a little while ago, and it doesn't look too fantastic on GR Earth, but if we bring it up here on analysts on the closer radar feed, it is just in the past few minutes, the storm's moving real quick. It dropped some quick quarter-size hail by Dixon, and now it really, man, it just like took off in the past few minutes. And you see here man, wow. Sorry, I'm just seeing this for the first time right now, and we're having some big time DBZ. The pinks and the blues here shows it's very heavy, with the CCs off to the upper right. They're really going down pretty quick, which definitely indicates some bigger hail. And the ZDR indicates there's a lot of hail in there. The KDP, which is another thing we use to indicate hail, shows it looks like it might be kind of wet, but I won't be surprised if this thing is like really ramping up in hail size, and it's moving right into the Nashville area in the next like 10 minutes. So we're gonna be watching this pretty closely here, guys. This might be coming for quite a surprise. Nobody was really anticipating any storms in the Nashville area today. Especially, well, I mean, there was some chance for some wind-related storms, but in terms of hail, this is a complete surprise. So we're gonna be watching that real carefully. I'm also gonna jump on over to the northwest Arkansas area, between Fayetteville, Springdale, and Bentonville. We have this storm currently over Gentry, and that looks like it's dropping it has a history of dropping quarter-size hail. It looks all right, but it's kind of flattened out. Usually when a storm looks like this, it doesn't. I'm gonna bring this down to 2 panels for you guys. When a storm is flattened out like this, it usually does not bode well for really big hail. So I'd say it's probably dropping an absolutely very high volume of $quarter to $half size hail, and it is continuing to ease basically to southeast, and it may actually completely avoid like a good chunk of the Fayetteville area. So we're watching it carefully. If anything happens, if any other storms form here over the northwest Arkansas area, but otherwise it looks like Gentry and Siloam Springs are probably going to be in the crosshairs pretty soon here, and then High Fill, and then just pretty much, what was this, I-40 here, Route 412. Let's see, Oklahoma's had some storms happening as well. We have a storm kind of getting its act together here just to the southwest of Muskogee. Looks like that may get severe warning fairly soon. And a storm just to the east of Wagner. That looks like it's starting to form quickly, but I feel like this is going to drop hail quick and then die out. Same with the storm over by to the north and east of Tahlequah. Alright guys, I'm actually going to go... let's see, what else we got going on here. We all the storms in Missouri are now done. We've moved on down to the south of the border. Pretty much have storms riding the border of the Arkansas and Missouri border right now. We've had a couple storms here in parts of Kentucky, and now we have the storm that's heading towards Nashville. We also had a couple storms down here, some very isolated storms that formed in Mississippi, and this storm here with all the golf ball reports is a north split from hours ago back where did this form? Man. Back by Winona, Mississippi, and now it's all the way up past Hamilton heading towards Haleyville, Alabama, and that might still be dropping some quick moving golf ball size hail. Alright, let's see how this storm is looking over the Nashville area. It looks pretty much the same as it did the last frame. It got this nice little, there we go, there's another update. Yeah, this storm is still raging on. The marker keeps going up. It looks like this storm is going to be a fast moving, fast hitter. Really curious to see how big this hail is. The CCs are very low, and the ZDR indicates there's a lot of hail in here. I don't think there is tennis ball size hail in this storm currently, but there definitely, I could see a very high volume of golf ball to 2-inch size hail, and seeing how Nashville hasn't had a big storm in a while, this could be some big news here, guys. We're watching this, and any questions you guys have, feel free to post in our chat here. We will answer them when I see them. And let's see, I'm gonna take a second here to bring up on Twitter and on Facebook. I'm gonna try to bring up a couple Nashville sites, not necessarily just you know, because they're gonna hit yet, but just in case they do, so I can bring up some pictures as we're doing some coverage here. So just bear with me a second while I do that. Let's see, Fox Nashville. WCTV. Be sure to share, like it, or I guess you can't like, but be sure to share this link for the video so we can get our live stream out there. We of course want to get this out to as many people as possible. And okay, let's see. Alright, we already got a couple pictures of the hail that happened in Dixon. I'm gonna bring this over here. So this is the hail that occurred when the storm was weaker. Here we go. Just give it a second to catch up here. And yeah, I mean, we have definitely that's definitely marginally to 1 inch size hail, but it looks like it's pretty solid. Oh, and that's a silly picture there. But yeah, that's just one picture to show that, you know, there has been severe hail with the storm that we're watching currently. I'm gonna bring it back up to the Nashville radar site. All right, let's see. Yeah, you can see where the inflow is right here, where we get this little dip in the radar returns. Yeah, I'm gonna bring this down to 2 panels for you guys. There we go. That's a better view, right? So right here, when you see this little curve, you can tell where the inflow is. So, and give me an idea of where it's going. It's pretty much doing a east-northeast trajectory. So it'd be getting that, what is this, the outer loop here of Route 155 in Nashville. Should be hitting there fairly soon. I mean, it's moving quick. So if this does affect Nashville, it'll be moving very fast. So it'll be in and out in a few minutes. Drop some hail, and then it'll be done with it real quick. Oh, is this another storm trying to form? Might. Yeah, watch this storm in the south.
Yeah.
So behind it, it might be also trying to form something here. So again, this is an interesting development as we have storms trying to get going here in the Nashville area. Very unexpected. We got another quarter size hail in White Bluff. So right as that storm was getting going. So I'm really curious to see what reports are going to come in from the storm as it is now. Once it's actually strengthened quite a bit. We're gonna find that out. All right, let's see. They warned the storms over here in Oklahoma. I'm gonna jump over there just for a minute to kind of check on them, see what's going on north of Tahquah. All right, yeah, it's dropping some severe hail. It probably will be dropping it for a very brief moment. The storm south of Muskogee is already pretty unimpressive. Looks like these storms in Oklahoma tonight, other than one that moved through the Afton Grove area before moving into northwestern Arkansas, have been pretty quick to go up and quick to die down. So they haven't really been that impressive so far this evening. It looks like that trend's continuing as a line is forming just to the south of Wagner. It appears to be just forming all the way along here. Probably will come all the way down to just south of Oklahoma City in the coming hours. Let's see, storm moving down towards, continuing, yeah, it's not moving too quick down towards the past Gentry now, heading just to the west of Springdale and Elm Springs, and that should continue off to the southeast. All right, we're gonna jump back to Nashville, and let's see, has the radar updated? It has. All right, it looks like now the pink returns have started to die off a little bit here. So the marker is still very high, which to me means it's either recycling. You know, we're gonna do a 3D picture of this. All right, let's get a deeper look at the storm here. All right, so we have, man, this thing is tilted like crazy. All right, so it looks like some of the hail fallout is starting to happen. I'm curious to see what this next radar frame. All right, we got a new warning here, and still indicating quarter size hail, so nobody has reported anything larger than that yet, as we're about to enter the northwestern corner of Nashville. A lot of population coming up here. We have right now it's pretty rural, but once we get to, I don't know, let's see, I'd say about 10 minutes from now we're going to be in some population, and then we'll be moving through the north side of Nashville and into Goodlettsville within the next half an hour. So really, really interesting to see what's going to happen here. Are we actually going to get our first storm in the Nashville area of the year in the next few minutes, or will the storm kind of die out and be a little underwhelming? We're going to find that out fairly soon as this storm is occurring. They just issued a severe thunderstorm watch for the Nashville area, and they're thinking large hail events up to ping pong ball size hail with a 50% chance of 10 or more severe hail events, and then a probability of one or more hail events being more than 2 inches, only about 10% chance. I tend to agree with that. I don't think there will be very large hail like we were seeing earlier today in places like north of Joplin and up in Jasper and stuff. But, anything, over a quarter size hail, maybe some ping pong ball, maybe even some golf ball size hail, I would not rule out with this storm as it's moving towards Nashville right now. Let's see, I'm going to check on our chat right now and see if anybody has a couple more photos from Dixon. If anybody has any questions coming in, that'd be fantastic. I see the Thunder Dallas asked 25 minutes ago, do you think there will be any any activity in Dallas on Saturday? On Saturday, I'm not 100% certain. I gotta look into that. My main focus was on today, so I will definitely get back to you on that when tomorrow when we get a little closer here. All right, we're closing in now on the Nashville area. It looks like the storm may be weakening a little bit here. It looks like it might weaken just as it enters the Nashville area, but it still has to dump out all of its hail. So I'd say,
split.
And it's also, is it a north split?
Yeah, it's a north split.
What did it split from?
Bold Spring. Back at Bold Spring.
Where is Bold Spring?
It's before.
Oh yeah, there it is. Okay, yeah, so it is a split. Alright, so with the knowledge that it's a north split, usually when a storm splits off like the way it does, the hail ends up being a lot larger than what the algorithms tend to pick up, and sometimes what even it looks like on radar, and you get some crazy large report as these storms are really hauling in a certain direction. It causes a lot of lift, and it keeps the hail lofted a little bit longer, and so it causes much larger hail. Now I don't think this is going to be the type of storm where if it does have really large hail, there's going to be a lot of it. It would probably be fairly isolated with a lot more smaller hail mixed in. But I'd say any hail anybody in Nashville would probably take any hail right now. Looks like the rain definitely has started in like the downtown area. There'll be no hail there. The hail's gonna be up again off to the northwest, and probably the places seeing hail right now is gonna be between like what do we got here? Highway 41, the alternate route, and the Route 55, the loop, the outer loop here in Nashville. All right, the storm off to the southwest of it. Still keeping an eye on that. It might take off a little bit here in the next couple minutes. All right, yeah. So now there's definitely hail happening over the Route 155 and near Rambling Brook Road. So like really way up in the northwest corner of Nashville, it's getting hit with hail right now. So what's this guy here? All right. So yeah, if you are excited about the some hail happening in Nashville right now, be sure to share our page and definitely. Oops! Oh man, I got the live stream on here. And definitely let people know that we do this. I mean, we were doing it on Facebook before, and we're kind of switching over to just our website now, so we can have a little more control on when people get notified of the storms, because Facebook tends to notify some people some of the time, other people none of the time. So we figured we'd have it this way to have a little bit more of control in the area. And we have no other reports coming in yet from the Nashville area. We're going to move over further to the west. We're going to take a peek in on the storms that are happening in northwest Arkansas. More of kind of what it has been, just this sort of flat storm that it doesn't look like it's all that strong as it heads towards still generally, it might hit the western fringes of Fayetteville at the rate that it's going at, possibly even moving into Fayetteville. But this storm that was off by Tahlequah may interfere with its strength and kill it off before it actually makes it to Fayetteville. So the chances of hail, I'd say, for the Fayetteville area are starting to decrease a little bit in terms of at least hail that's quarter size. Everywhere else in Oklahoma, it's been more of what kind of how it's been, where you have this storm by Wagner that keeps trying, the updraft tries to get itself together and drop some hail, and it just gets sheared off into the rest of this line. So maybe some sporadic quarter size hail, but overall probably not much of anything severe.
85 mile an hour wind gust.
85 mile per hour wind gust? Where was that?
It was near the Tennessee-Arkansas border.
Oh wow, yeah, look at that. Trees uprooted or snaps. 85 mile per hour wind gust. So the this part of the storm here, even though the hail has pretty much minimized down to below severe limits, the wind threat has increased quite a bit as it's starting to roar to the south and east. So the Nashville area may have that to be concerned about with after this. All right, let's see what we got here. All right, so this is the next update here we have for the Nashville area. We're gonna be up. This is again the northwesternmost section of Nashville, and we have what used to be probably. I don't quite think this is up to golf ball level. I'd definitely say probably a lot of quarter half dollar size hail currently falling across the Highway 41 and over here by Drake's Branch Road and even Buena Vista Pike. That area is getting hit with quite a bit of hail as the storm continues to move generally towards the east. I'd say, let's see what we got in ZDR here. Is it primarily hail still? Yeah, there's probably a lot of rain mixing in with this hail as well. So we're gonna see once the storm passes a little bit, see how much hail. Oh wow, this marker went down quite a bit here. So I think this storm is starting to kind of fall apart as it's moving towards Goodlettsville, part of Nashville. But as we're looking off to the south and west, this storm, just to the southwest of Nashville, may be trying to get its act together here. We're gonna find out in a couple minutes whether or not this storm actually does get itself together, and that one would be primed to move into a very, very densely populated part of the Nashville area. So just update for right now, the storm was pretty intense a little while ago, and that is why I popped online here for this live stream. And now about 10 minutes later, it's starting to weaken a little bit, at least momentarily anyway. It's still probably dropping out its hail, but from what it looks right now, it doesn't look as good as it looked before. I think it's starting to kind of fall apart a little bit, and it's going to dump out its hail over the next few minutes, probably before it gets to I-65. So, what's this part here? That's I-24. Yeah, probably drop out its hail, yeah, more or less now, and start to die off. The storm up to southwest of Nashville, if it's going to do something, it's got to do it very soon, or it's just going to kind of fall apart. So that is basically what's going on in that area. Again, wouldn't be surprised if I saw a quarter or half dollar report coming in the northwesternmost sections of Nashville, and I believe we are currently mapping it. Yes?
Yes.
Heather? Okay. Yes, Heather right behind me. She's actually mapping the storm currently live. And, well, I would show you that, but I can't do that while I'm on the live stream here. So you can check that out on here on our website, and you can look that up and see us mapping these storms live as well as me talking about them. Alright, I'm checking Facebook and Twitter to see if any pictures are coming in yet. I'm not expecting it, seeing how the storm just got to some people, and people tend to not go outside and investigate till after the storm has ended unless they hit the household of some crazy chaser like myself, but those are not happening. Let's see. We got a just thumbing through here. Any comments or anything? Excuse me. We don't seem to see any sort of pictures coming in yet. do have reports of let's see, 0.75 inch hail on Hewlett, Oklahoma. That doesn't surprise me too much. It looks like these storms out to the west here are starting to congeal towards the line. Yeah, okay. The storm, yes, the storm heading towards Fayetteville is definitely starting to fall apart. It's sucking in the moisture from the forming line of storms that was by Tahlequah. So it looks like it's gonna be killing the hail threat, but the wind threat will still be there, probably with some gusts up to 60 miles per hour, and not out of the question as this system moves into the Fayetteville area. Probably only about nickel-sized hail. I wouldn't be surprised though if some isolated quarters ended up falling out of the storm. We'll see what happens as it gets a little closer to Fayetteville, because the storm looks like it's pretty quickly dying off. Oklahoma, I'd say your chances for any real hail are definitely winding down very fast. And alright, we're going to jump back to Nashville now. Wow, this storm, oh wait, no. Yeah, this storm made another jump. Again, I see this probably being pretty high volume of smaller hail now. Probably pea to nickel size hail with some isolated quarters mixing in as well. And we'll see eventually probably something. Alright, we got a new warning here. Alright, yeah, so they're still saying radar indicated quarter size hail, so nobody has reported any hail yet in this storm. So if it's radar indicated, that means there's been no official reports coming in yet. And from what I see, I will expect probably a quarter report or two to come in, a $50 report, not out of the question. The biggest hail looks like it hit a fairly forested area, I believe. Yeah, probably quite up in the mountains a little bit. So it's gonna just probably be only some quarter and $50 reports, where the biggest hail was over not much in the way of any people. The storm here to the southwest of Nashville, and it's moving into the suburbs now. Looks like it's not going to be able to get its act together. Looks like it's starting to fall apart as it's moving into the Nashville area. So there's probably no cause for concern in Belmead or Forest Hills. Just some pea-sized hail will probably fall out of that. And yeah, it looks like the storm, as it's crossing I-65 right now, is the threat for quarter-size hail and larger is quickly diminishing. So we'll stick with here for another couple minutes, see if we can find any photographic evidence of any of the storms that have happened here in the Nashville area, because I know that's something everybody likes to see some pictures of the storms that are happening, give you a little visual proof of what's been going on. Let's see, I'm just kind of reloading Facebook here, see if there's anything going in. Just got a picture of a couple pictures of the same pictures of hail from before. I'm gonna take the time to look up a couple other news affiliates in Nashville. Go on this Facebook page and see if we can find any pictures. Alright, pop down to our Facebook page here. We're gonna see if any hail pictures are coming in. I haven't not seen any right now, which also decreases the confidence in any surprisingly sizable hail. I know that happens occasionally where you're like, oh, hey, that storm actually dropped a really big hail. But yeah, no, it's looking like we're probably gonna get a couple reports, one or two reports of quarter size hail, with mostly it being sub-severe in the Nashville area. So be sure to like this. We're gonna do we'll do any more updates as we need through the evening, but looks like the threats are starting to wind down a little bit here. So I'm going to sign off. Right here, we'll leave it with this this view of everything that is going on across the center of the country, and I will see you guys a little bit later.